Yikes, that was bad WNBA. I know the WNBA wanted the New York Liberty to win, but my goodness. This game had the smell of LA Lakers versus Portland in the semifinals. And we are going to take a look at it all. How Cheryl Reeve, she was like the drunken relative that's at the dinner party and has no filter whatsoever, and she just let loose. But it wasn't just saying that the game or the championship was stolen from them.
I know all the headlines will be Reeve cries foul. Bring it on, right? Bring it on, because this shit was stolen from us. Bring it on.
No, she had passive-aggressive shots for New York, insinuating how they're cheating to get players, as well as congratulating them and finally getting a championship after 28 years in comparison to Minnesota.
Congratulations to the Liberty on their first championship. Been around, I don't know, how long has the league been around? 28 years? It took them 28 years. Congrats to them. We were that close to our fifth. Just didn't happen, right? It's disappointing. Do things the right way. Built a team within the rules. Those sort of things that maybe right now aren't happening in our league. And, did it the hard way. And you know what? We gave hope to those teams that aren't willing to circumvent the cap or, fly illegally or all the stuff that's happened over the last 5 years, right? And so, do it the right way. It gives hope for those other teams that you can build a team just like ours. You don't have to have a super team, right? You don't have to have that. There's a different way to do it. So I'm incredibly proud of them.
We are going to get into it all, including who are the heroes from the game and who are the GOATs, winners and losers, and all of that. Before we start, if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a like. So let's get into the main topic. The last second call at the end of the game, the foul that they called on Alana Smith on Breanna Stewart. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. That the ref said that was a positioning foul. That was terrible. To call that foul, the way the game went, the whole game, and then to potentially call a touch foul on positioning. If you watched earlier in the fourth quarter, Thornton was guarding Napheesa Collier and just hammering her, and it took them forever to call the foul. They were letting this game go the whole time, and to blow the whistle on a little touch foul at the end that didn't look like a foul. It looked like her positioning was pretty good to me. You might say she got her arms down slightly. Not only that, if you look at the play, Stewart travels. She does like a bunny hop after she gets the ball and then dribbles. If it was called letter to the law, she would have been done for traveling straight away. That was a travel. And like I said, Cheryl Reeve, after the game, she did not mince words, basically said that was a stolen championship. And I'd have to agree with her. That champion, basically, after the bad call, it would have been a free throw, not a free throw, but a jump ball to see who gets possession with, I think, 3.8 seconds left. The game was pretty much done. They would have needed a miracle to win that game. And one thing I do agree with Reeve on is the refs, they turtled on the call. You need a neutral third party. You need to go to the WNBA Control Center to see if they're backing this, just to have the three refs say, yep, we're going with that. Much like in college football, they'll go to the main control center, and there that it's verified and the league's going to back the call. This was just really, really bad. And then that family member that gets too drunk at the family reunion and starts telling it like it is, that's what Cheryl Reeve did in the press conference, bitter and twisted. And you could tell that she had a lot of disdain for New York.
Congratulations to the Liberty on their first championship. Been around, I don't know, how long has the league been around? 28 years? It took them 28 years. Congrats to them.
I imagine the other call people will point to was in overtime, the clear path foul, where the Lynx essentially just got the ball out of bounds. There weren't two shots in possession, as it was deemed her shoulder was in front. It was my God, if that's not a clear path, then what is a clear path? Clearly she fouled her to make sure the Lynx did not get an easy layup and a sure 2 points. That was the whole intention of a clear path foul. So if that did not meet the criteria of a clear path foul, then they need to rewrite that rule, in my opinion. So long and the short of it, I do agree with Cheryl Reeve. I think the Lynx definitely got done over by the officials in this game. They should be the champions. But much like my Houston Astros, their victory over the Dodgers, I think this one has a bit of an asterisk on it. I don't think anybody else might think that, but in my mind, I see the Lynx as winning that championship. It should have been done and dusted, and those mistakes were just egregious in my opinion. And really, I don't have any skin in this fight. I made the early prediction that the New York Liberty were going to win this series and crush the Lynx. So really, if I had any skin in the game, it'd be for my prediction to be right and the Liberty to win. And they ultimately did win, but I thought the Lynx were the better team. And overall, I thought their star, Nafisa Collier, was better than Breanna Stewart. I thought Collier won that matchup, not by a lot, but enough. She was just bigger in the big moments. Again, Stewart got a reprieve on the free throws, so she had a tough time at the free throw line during this series. And really, the reprieve shouldn't have happened because she traveled. It should have been a travel outright Minnesota ball. But not only did the refs miss the travel, they called the phantom foul. So they missed the travel that was there and then came up with a phantom foul to give her a second chance at the free throw line. Unbelievable. No wonder Reeve was so pissed off after the game. The interesting things in terms of adjustments at halftime, Brondello decided to go super big, so she put on Niara Sabally, and Sabally played well. Like, she was the X factor of the game. They gave her a lot of flowers, rightly so, in the post game. That was a good move by Brondello. Now the GOAT in this series, and I'm not talking about greatest of all time. No, I'm not going in that direction. I'm talking about the ones that need to take the most of the blame pie. That would be the lead guards. So both of them, New York Liberty, Ionescu was not good. Like, Ionescu set a record, I think, for 18 misses. The other one was obviously Courtney Williams. She had point blank shots that she usually makes, and they did not go down. If she just would have made a few of those shots, they could have, they would have, it wouldn't even come down to Stewie at the end of the game if she could have just hit a few more shots, and they're usually shots that she can make. Now, McBride played well, but the one thing I thought at the end of the game with 5 seconds, I thought she got the final three-pointer at the end of regulation wrong. I thought she could have given Jonquel Jones a pump fake and taken it to the basket. She was doing that all game long, taking advantage of the mismatches when New York went super big. And I thought with 5.2 seconds left, that's what she could have done. But, I mean, that's picking hairs, if you like, on that one. But overall, I a bit of a disappointment. Like, the series was epic and things like that. It's just a shame. It's going to be, I think it'll probably be remembered for the non-call in Game 5 versus what the epic series it was and how great all the games were and how tight they were. It's just a shame that it got blown at the end by a really bad call that the refs weren't willing to overturn and say they made a mistake. Now it's over to you. I'm sure if you're a New York fan, you're saying I'm a hater and I'm biased. I'm not. Again, I don't have skin in this fight. Like I said, I'm quite willing to eat it on my Houston Astros, and we cheated. I know that it's a different type of cheating, although I suspect all those players under the cap that New York has, I think there's a bit of skullduggery, them and the Aces. Thanks so much for watching. On to college basketball season.